A USDA loan is a fantastic loan, by the way, and that is traditionally termed a first-time homebuyer program, although it doesn't have to be someone that's never bought a home. But traditionally, I do a lot of them for people that are first-time home buyers. There's a lot to that loan. In essence, it is for a geographical area only. So I'm in North Georgia and Jasper, Georgia. All of Jasper is USDA eligible, is what it's called. But as you go closer to Atlanta, even like when you get to Canton, is not eligible. So Pickens this way is about the first county that's actually eligible, and then all the way through like Blue Ridge would be eligible. And that map kind of, you'd have to look at the map online, but it's just like a line from across Pickens County, all the other counties above Atlanta. So it's kind of spreads out, and then it does it in South Georgia. It does the same thing. It's not for an urban type setting, so you couldn't do it in Atlanta or Kennesaw or Marietta or anything like that. So it's actually a benefit to people that live in this area because they're trying to develop a certain area, and it's only for people, like I said, in a certain region and also of a certain income. So it's actually income based per house. So it's a household income that they look at. I think Pickens County is the standard amount is $82,600 that you cannot be over for a household. So what that means by when I say household, even if the husband calls me and he says he's going to be the only one on the loan and the wife's not going to be on the loan, but they combined make more than $82,600, you're probably not going to be eligible for the loan because we have to actually get each spouse's income. Really, anybody that's going to live in the house is income. So even if you had a child that was maybe 18 and worked somewhere, we would actually have to get their tax returns and their W-2s as well. So as a whole, as the whole house cannot make more than a certain amount of money, and that changes a little bit per county. You could actually go to USDA eligibility. You could Google that and actually play around on that website. It's fairly easy to navigate and see what areas you could punch in an address of a home that you're interested in and actually see if it's eligible. It will tell you. I mean, Pickens County is all eligible, and like I said, north of here. But if you're in some outlying areas or something like that and have a question, you would just go there, punch in your address, and it would actually tell you if you're eligible. You can also go to the income section on that website and punch in your monthly income. It'll ask you, different questions. How many people are in the household? If there's any people that are disabled, there's different questions it asks. I mean, I surely can help you with that because I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about what to punch in. But if you just want a brief idea, if you're eligible, you could look at that website and it would actually tell you. It's a fantastic loan. It's one of the better loans, I believe, because it allows for 100% financing. So really, with the loans I do, and I advertise this quite a bit, basically there's no down payment. Generally, the client only puts into the transaction some earnest money, which you would pretty much have on almost any purchase. Earnest money is just what you'd put down to secure a home. That's just so the seller of the home you're trying to buy, thinks you're for real, basically. They're taking their house off the market for you. So you may put a certain amount of money down that the realtor would direct you to put down. And then that would be your only cost of the loan. So, I mean, I've got people that do these that put down $500, $1,000, and they're done. And that includes everything, and even included in the appraisal. And a lot of times we actually pay for the closing costs on those loans. So you're still getting a very low rate and there's no closing costs. That's actually being covered by us or maybe a little bit from the seller. But basically their only input into the loan is a small earnest money, which, like I said, can be a very small amount. As far as a USDA loan in general, the difference on it is any loan that we do, we get the loan done and then we close the loan. On a USDA loan, there is a little bit longer time frame on it, which we build into the contract. Basically, you can look on their website and see how long it takes, but when we get the loan done, it gets completely cleared to close. Then it goes to USDA for a sign-off because they're the ones that are guaranteeing the loan. That traditionally takes anywhere from 10 to 15 business days extra. It just depends how many files they have. Sometimes I've done them where they're 3 days. Sometimes I've done them where they've been longer. So it just depends on where they're at that point. But traditionally, they like to stay about 10 business days out. So we kind of build that time frame into the contract. Normally, it's about a 45-day process at the quickest on a USDA loan.